Namaste, family. Happy New Year. Yano yosho yono Yano Meyano toyono Ewe no yo Kyoi sho wo yo Ni amoyo Hoyo no Ni amo Amoyo toyo Amoyo to Yome ahoyo no Yome ahoy no yo Hey no Yom yo Yom yo Yom yo toyo no Amyo kore shunyamash Ingoro no yama Ingoro shunyo no kamdesh Inkure mayanto yashin Ingoro no shumokor Ure no yamakorenish Inga amda korenioi Irush unnekareshan Ingorinush urumbiturish Ingoro unyamnishana Iruru indoruam Ingoro toinoreshanuru Ungorenu muna Irunu shunu yorosh Ingoroash Shunu yamararenosh We love you, dear ones, the Light Collective. Happy New Year, friends, beloveds, dear ones, all the ones, the one. Saddle up, get comfortable. I have been preparing for a long time for this live. And I welcome you, we welcome you home. I hope that you enjoyed how we've opened with this beautiful heart activation transmission with Reiki from the Light Collective. This is going to be a time of announcements. It's going to be a time of being in service. It's going to be a time of connection. It's going to be a time of remembrance. There's going to be transmissions and Reiki and readings. There's going to be downloads and upgrades. There's going to be messages of unconditional love. There's going to be deep sharing and much more. So you are welcome here, exactly as you are, in this unconditionally loving, safe space of no judgment. And you're going to see that I'm going to turn my head. Thank you, Kath. So good to have you. You're going to see me turning my head because I have 2 cameras going so that I could stream across the board. Source has been asking of me to do this for days. And I am ready. We are ready. There is a very high vibration already here. My whole body is vibrating and shaking. So join us. If you are wishing to receive this Reiki, all you need to do is simply say, with your hand or your intention on your heart and your left hand or your intentional focus on your lower sacral, breathing and saying, I choose to receive this Reiki for my highest good and for the highest good of all. And it will come. It will come. If you are a practitioner, you are welcome to bring your energy here as well. Thank you for being open to receive. Everyone is encouraged to drink lots of water, especially after our initial transmission. So our next piece, we are going to move into intentionally integrating with plant spirit. This can look like any form of plant spirit, fungi spirit. Namaste, welcome, Katie Jane. And within this connection of whatever spirits you choose, you've come just in, you'll have to go back to the replay for the initial integration of transmission. However, we are about to integrate our plant spirit, so you're right on time. And you are encouraged, even if you wish to use a non-psychedelic plant spirit, or to call in the cannabis plant spirit or any spirit that you do not have access to or that you are not consuming, it is still a time and an ability and a place and a moment to do so. See, these are spirits, so they are accessible at all times in any given moment. Of course you are. And so join me. I like to place my plant spirit in my hands, be in prayer, taking some slow, deep breaths, setting an intention. And as you set that intention, ask the plant fungi spirit to serve and support you within the intention. Be specific. Sending love, light, and gratitude to the plant spirit, fungi spirits, for supporting and serving you in all the ways and within your intention. And whenever you feel ready, call in any and all of the spirits, of plant spirits you wish, your team, feeling our field getting stronger now. For those who have just joined us, the Reiki is running. You can choose to receive it. We're next going to come into a reading. Perhaps you may have assumed that I meant an oracle and intuitive reading, and we will do an oracle intuitive reading. However, this is going to be a different reading. This is going to be a reading of a poem that I channeled in meditation maybe an hour ago. And as I'm reading this to you, I encourage you, if you are not driving, of course, or anything of the sort, if you are able to safely do so, closing your eyes and really receiving the messages here. I'm really starting to realize that these poems, these songs especially, of course, but these poems that I channel have activations and codes in them. And this is a very powerful, powerful message. And I know that these codes will be received if you choose to receive them. So open your hearts if you choose. And this is called Inner Stood. My love, not need be earned, it need be cherished. It is not wrapped in a box, nor something of which to be embarrassed. My love is found across the journeys, from the eternal journeys of the stars to the majestic of the mountains. My love is felt. My love is heard. My love is wanted. For my love is the need and the desire of the one, of our love, of all love. And so we love this deep honor. We all worship, needs not worship, nor reward, not but a thank you. For it is more than known, more than understood. My love, our love, the one love is understood. Thank you for receiving. And welcome, 3 Hootie Intuitives. The Reiki is running. The energy is high. Thank you, Katie Jane. So wonderful that you're receiving this. Welcome. We are coming into another reading. This is one of my absolute favorite things to read. I do not get credit for this. And some of you here have been read this already. I'm so glad that it resonated for you. Anyway, we are going to read a story, short story, that is by Andy Weir. And this is a story that is called The Egg. And this story was read to me by a dear mentor and friend in a moment when I was questioning so much, when I was desiring belonging, when I was looking for answers, when I wanted to feel heard and seen and understood. Actually understood, but I didn't understand that at the time. Catch that. And it changed my life. And I believe that when one receives this story, it is exactly when they are meant to hear and receive this story. There's also been a wonderful being, which I will share after, who has created a visual representation with this, and it is magical. I encourage you to close your eyes if you are not driving removing heavy machinery. If you have opened your eyes again from our previous reading to receive this, and trust that whatever comes up for you is exactly what is meant to come up for you. And know that it's all perfect. And for me, it's poetic in itself, divine in itself, to feel called to read this to you now, because I find myself in an upgraded version of that space. And it is my honor to share the words of Andy Weir now. And although the title of Andy Weir may be author, I believe prophet may be what you will resonate with most after. So, without further ado, this is The Egg by Andy Weir. You were on your way home when you died. It was a car accident. Nothing particularly remarkable, but fatal nonetheless. You left behind a wife and 2 children. It was a painless death. The EMTs tried their very best to save you, but to no avail. Your body was so utterly shattered, you were better off, trust me. And that's when you met me. What happened? You asked. Where am I? You died, I said, matter-of-factly. No point in mincing words. There was a truck, and it was skidding. Yep, I said. I died? Yep, but don't feel bad about it. Everyone dies, I said. You looked around. There was nothingness. Just you and me. What is this place? You asked. Is this the afterlife? More or less, I said. Are you God? You asked. Yep, I replied. I'm God. My kids, my wife, you said. What about them? Will they be all right? That's what I like to see, I said. You just died, and your main concern is for your family. That's good stuff right there. You looked at me with fascination. To you, I didn't look like God. I just looked like some man, or possibly a woman. Some big authority figure, maybe. More of a grammar school teacher than the Almighty. Don't worry, I said. They'll be fine. Your kids will remember you as perfect in every way. They didn't have time to grow contempt for you. Your wife will cry on the outside, but will secretly be relieved. To be fair, your marriage was falling apart. If it's any consolation, she'll feel very guilty for feeling relieved. Oh, you said. So what happens now? Do I go to heaven or hell or something? Neither, I said. You'll be reincarnated. Ah, you said. So the Hindus were right. All religions are right in their own way, I said. Walk with me. You followed along as we strode through the void. Where are we going? You followed along. Nowhere in particular, I said. It's just nice to walk while we talk. So what's the point then? You asked. When I get reborn, I'll just be a blank slate, right? A baby. So all my experiences and everything I did in this life won't matter. Not so, I said. You have within you all the knowledge and experiences of all your past lives. You just don't remember them right now. I stopped walking and took you by the shoulders. Your soul is more magnificent, beautiful, and gigantic than you can possibly imagine. A human mind can only contain a tiny fraction of what you are. It's like sticking your finger in a glass of water to see if it's hot or cold. You put a tiny part of yourself in the vessel, and when you bring it back out, you've gained all the experience it had. You've been inhuman for the last 48 years. So you haven't stretched out yet and felt the rest of your immense consciousness. If we hung out here for long enough, you'd start remembering everything. But there's no point to doing that between each life. Well, how many times have I been reincarnated then? Oh, lots. Lots and lots. And in lots of different lives, I said. This time around, you'll be a Chinese peasant girl in 540 AD. Wait, what? You stammered. You're sending me back in time? Well, I guess technically. Time as you know it only exists in your universe. Things are different where I come from. Where you come from? You said. Oh, sure, I explained. I come from somewhere. Somewhere else. And there are others like me. I know you'll want to know what it's like, but honestly, you wouldn't understand. Oh, you said, a little let down. But wait, if I get reincarnated to other places in time, I could have interacted with myself at some point. Sure, happens all the time. And with both lives only aware of their own lifespan, you don't even know it's happening. So what's the point of it all? Seriously? I asked. Seriously, you're asking me for the meaning of life. Isn't that a little stereotypical? Well, it's a reasonable question, you persisted. I looked you in the eye. The meaning of life. The reason this whole universe is for you to mature. Oh, you mean mankind. You want you want us to mature. No, just you. I made this whole universe for you. With each new life, you grow and mature and become a larger and greater intellect. Just me? What about everyone else? There is no one else, I said. In this universe, there's just you and me. You stared blankly at me. But all the people on Earth, all you, different incarnations of you. Wait, I'm everyone? Now you're getting it, I said with a congratulatory slap on the back. I'm every human who ever lived or who will ever live, yes. I'm Abraham Lincoln, and you're John Wilkes Booth too, I added. I'm Hitler, you said appalled, and you're the millions he killed. I'm Jesus, and you're everyone who followed him. You fell silent. Every time you victimized someone, I said, you were victimizing yourself. Every act of kindness you've done to yourself. Every happy and sad moment ever experienced by any human or will be experienced by you. You thought for a long time. Why? You asked me. Why do all of this? Because someday you will become like me. Because that's what you are. You're one of my kind. You're my child. Whoa, you said, incredulous. You mean I'm a god? No, not yet. You're a fetus. You're still growing. Once you've lived every human life throughout all time, you will have grown enough to be born. So the whole universe, you said, it's just an egg, I answered. Now it's time for you to move on to your next life. And I sent you on your way. feeling that. Whatever it is that you're feeling right now, allow it to be. I'm going to play some singing bowl. This is Shamala. I'm glad it's resonating for you. And as I play the singing bowl, allow for whatever feelings are with you now. From the Egg by Andy Weir. And Inner Stood. To wash within you. Keep breathing. Trust and allow as you detox from what no longer serves you. Deprogram, reprogram for the new year, for the new moment, for the new present. Everything is okay. Welcome, Lapchung. Good to see you. Before we go into our next reading, which will be an oracle reading, an intuitive reading for the collective, I want to say thank you to every aspect, every fractal, every frequency, every being, every energetic, which is truly all the one, all the same thing. Thank you. For absolutely everything that 2022 was. Thank you for being a part. Thank you for choosing. Thank you for co-creating. Thank you for being. Thank you for the lessons. Thank you for the upgrades, the downloads, the moments of powerful service. Thank you for every exchange, as it all brought the one to the now and to the all. May 2023 be the highest timeline, the highest experience, the highest frequency for the one and the all. In, of, within, from, and for, and to the highest of high, from the highest of high. And so it is. Namaste. All right, let us integrate with some more plant spirit because it is time for a collective reading. Who wants a collective reading? I want a collective reading. Who's ready for a collective reading? We're ready for a collective reading. If you are ready for a collective reading, you have divinely come to the right place, moment, frequency. We are going to be playing with in the energetics coming from the powerful metaphysical cannabis oracle deck. I have many decks and immediately felt called to come to this one. This is a co-created deck by the channelings of Maggie Mae Wilson, who is my spiritual mother, the CMO of Fruit Slabs, the goddess of metaphysical as fuck, and Edge, who has created the powerful art. And I have the absolute deepest honor that I am still processing of being the inspiration, being the last card of this deck, the source, the key card, a booty. And we are going to call upon the spirit. And if you are interested in integrating your energies, the highest of high, your highest self, into this space for this reading, you may choose to do so by simply saying, I bring my highest self into the energies of this reading for my highest good and for the highest good of the one. And that is all that is necessary. I'm going to put on some music. Actually, unfortunately, Instagrammers, you're not going to be able to hear this music, probably. I don't think, yeah, you're probably not going to be able to, but, this is Wonder, spelled WVNDER. Go follow WonderCam. Wonder.cam. Beautiful sound healer, producer of magical music, and much more. Thank you for bringing your highest of high into the energies, Kat. And everyone else who has chosen. You can hear that? Wonderful. Is it too much? Is it too much? Can you let me know? Can you still hear me? You know, I'm going to lower it a little bit. Just because I want to make sure. There we go. All right. All right, okay. Everything is good. Everything is happening. The best case scenario. All right. Let's do this. So glad. All right. Whew, need some water. You're welcome. That water's alive. Can you tell? It's because I Reiki my water. You Reiki your water? Choose to receive the Reiki that is coming to you now, if you've chosen to receive it, into your water. Isn't this deck like literally stunning? I mean, seriously. Edge and Maggie just did an incredible job. Hats off, you know. And to the collective, right? These are things, this is the thing. Everything that is created is co-created. So Maggie believes very deeply that this deck is for everyone. That is something that she is saying everywhere on the Metaphysical AF podcast, which I highly recommend you check out, and all across social media. She's made it extremely clear. Extremely clear. And it's a best-selling deck. It is hitting museums. It is being sold worldwide on Amazon and all of these other places. And it is bringing in all the ratings. I believe the announcement was made yesterday or the day before. $150,000 worth sold on just one platform, which I believe was Amazon. It's amazing. Amazing. Congratulations. And so honored to be reading from this deck now. So let us anchor in our energies and asking what the collective needs to know in 2023. Yep, got some cards that just flew out there. Making sure there's no stragglers. No cards get left behind. It is extremely common for me with this deck. Namaste and Happy New Year, Blossom. That these cards fly out. They fly out. In fact, I'm going to make sure that there aren't any other cards that just flew out around me. Sorry, Rory. Startled one of my kitties. Okay. Woo! This is fascinating energy we got right here, okay? We have celebration and accountability. This is fascinating, right? Because one almost could think that celebration and accountability don't go together. They actually go so beautifully together. And at the same time, we can create so much pressure around this happening, right? So let's dive in to 2023 right now, okay? So the first card that I saw, I think, well, I'm not actually sure which one I saw. I thought that accountability was faced up, but then I grabbed enchantment, which is celebration. So let's go first with enchantment, okay? So I'm going to describe this card for accessibility. So the enchantment card has a main focal point of the card. Diagonal across the card is a giant margarita type glass. It is filled with a bright green liquid that is spilling out up all over the place. It is being held by a hand that has like a green nail polish as well. and has a I don't know. I don't like rating skin tones. It's ridiculous, but like has a natural skin tone because all skin tones are natural. Hashtag. And has, sorry, the lighting that I have here is making this a little challenging. Has a yellow sort of background mostly for the upper part, and has more of a pink background for the bottom part, and then has all of these diamonds in the shape of diamonds all around. And then it has white text at the bottom that says enchantment that is a little bit larger than the text below it that says celebration. And so this is a card that is letting us know that 2023 for the collective is going to be celebratory. There's going to be a lot to celebrate, and there's already a lot to celebrate because, spoiler alert, the collective is going to be making a massive quantum leap, and really already has, because right, a lot of the collective already in parts of the world is already in 2023. So we're already in 2023. The frequency of the collective is in 2023, and we have made a quantum leap. We are coming into a totally different frequency and energetic than we have been before. We have come to almost a next level, if you will, of our ascension process, and that is going to be felt. And that is something to really celebrate, because we actualized that. We manifested that. We co-created it, and we're co-creating it. And we're going to continue to co-create it. It's also about the importance of celebrating. If we do not celebrate, we are bypassing the joy, the love, the beauty, the wonder, the magic that is to be soul fractals in the human experience. Really let that sink in. There's a lot of talk about bypassing, which is super important, right? And the bypassing that we talk about is typically in the negative context. We talk about bypassing things because they're hard, right? We perceive them to be hard or challenging or upsetting or painful, or we decide we don't care, or whatever it is, right? But this is bypassing of the wonder, the joy, the positive, the light. There's always harmony. Everything is always in balance. From a perspective, you can always access balance. The light and the dark, they're one. We are all one. It's all one energetic. It's important that you do not bypass and miss all of the synchronicities of 2023. 2023 is not going to be without its challenges. Right? We already know this. In fact, everyone should go and follow Blossom Brown. If you're not, Blossom C. Brown, Coach Brown. Go follow Coach Blossom C. Brown, and you will hear constant updates on astrology and know all about all of these different Mercury and retrogrades. Can almost hardly say it. That are creeping in deep into all of this earth energy, and also like as an Aries sun. In tropical, I'm like, but here's the thing, we have free will. So like my spiritual mom, Maggie Mae Wilson, says, as my guides continue to teach me, as Source comes and says throughout all of us, we have the freedom, we have the free will as divine beings, as deities, to create the life and the world we want. So here's the thing, here's the magic. In an instant, if the entire collective, when the entire collective decides to make the shift into unconditional love remembrance, into complete abundance, into everyone living of their highest of high, into heaven being remembered in and unto Gaia, will be there. Just like that. So the celebration is that the collective, more of the collective is getting on board. More of the collective is waking in. More of the collective is actually choosing to participate in this new frequency, this new energetic, this new beingness. And so this is a powerful year of celebration. It's a powerful time to look at, right, the love that's all around. It is all around. It is. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. There is something to celebrate in every single moment, even in the moments that feel most challenging. Trust. Coming into this beautiful, beautiful card. Going to describe the Hisabi card, accountability to you. You have what I perceive to be a divine, feminine, energetic human being with a darker natural skin tone, feeling herself, for sure, surrounded by abundance of plants, holding cannabis spirit, surrounded and blanketed by cannabis spirit, with a flower crown that has an infinity symbol, and a very beautiful lion with very harmonized energy, and green eyes above, with a cloudy but blue sky peering in from the top, in a green dress, looking to the side. A white bold text of Hisabi is at the top, and below is accountability. Now, accountability is going to be a buzzword of 2023. And you might say, haven't we talked about accountability enough? Well, you know the answer to that, right? No. No, we have not. We have actually not. We have not. Because if we actually, in 2022, right, if we actually in 2022 manifested tangibly accountability, we would have a very different beingness. And this is not to say that we were not more accountable in 2022. I definitely think that there was more accountability. I definitely was more accountable in some ways of 2022. And on this live, I'm going to get even deeper into accountability and integrity. And this is going to be a very big energy, because accountability has a big energy of many things. And 2023 is going to be in somewhat reframe of accountability to some degree, right? So accountability, yes. Accountability. Let's break up this word. Accountability. Account. To account for. To account to be accountable, to be counted on. In essence, are you reliable? Can you be relied upon? And here's the thing, you can be relied upon. And you may also be in a space where simultaneously you or not in your highest point, your deepest point of accountability. I know that was true for me for 2022, for sure. I fell out of accountability with certain things to fall into accountability into a bigger way in other things and in other ways. Accountability is powerful when it comes with honor, humility, unconditional love, when it comes with loyalty and grace. The cannabis spirit enables us to have many different perspectives and to open and expand our hearts. This enables us to reflect and respond differently. We feel differently, and as we feel into and lean into this and into the energy, the frequency of accountability, we actually release the pressure of accountability and we choose to respond. We choose to be reliable or accountable or counted on because we want to be, because we wish to be that being. We wish to be a good friend. We wish to be a good parent, a good sibling, a good colleague, a good collaborator, a good lover, a good partner, a good soul, whatever that means for you. I don't personally believe in an all good or an all bad anymore. That's a belief that I've released. The lion with the green eyes and all this green energy, there's a big Archangel Raphael energy that comes through for me with this card. Archangel Raphael is of healing, of friendship, of connection, of love. And lions are very loving, very much of nurturing, very much of healing. Of course, the cannabis plant at large is green. Right? Green is the color of the heart chakra. So this is a healing of the heart. And as we heal our hearts, we will become more accountable. And as we become more accountable, we will heal our hearts. And as we harmonize and integrate the meaning, the deity of Hisabi, we will find ourselves with support coming into this new way of being an energetic. So glad you love this card, Kath. And so there's very much to celebrate in accountability, don't you see? Or hear? Don't you feel? Do you feel it? I feel it. 2023 is going to be amazing, yeah. Yeah. I love this. Thank you for receiving this collective reading, and thank you to those who brought your energies from your highest selves into this reading as well. Well done. Thank you once again to Maggie Mae Wilson and Edge for this incredible, beautiful deck. All right. Back on the altar it goes. Gonna need some water. Okay. Announcements. And the reward for sitting through these announcements is up to you in part, right? Of course, up to you to receive, to choose to participate, to choose to allow. And also, we will do a guided meditation that will be channeled in at the end of this as well. These announcements are going to these announcements are going to flow out of me. And I'm going to share announcements that are deeply personal. I'm going to share announcements that are super professional. I'm going to share announcements that are both, because for me, it's all wrapped into one. And some of these things will probably shock you. I'm shocked, honestly. And some of it won't. Some of it's going to feel exciting and wonderful. Maybe all of it will. However you feel, you're welcome to feel. And I'm simply going to be sharing my truth. And this is the raw, unfiltered. I did not take notes. I was thinking back and forth, should I take notes? Am I going to take notes? But I released all shoulds in 2022. The shoulda, coulda, wouldas. And I am still deprogramming myself out of saying those. I think I'm definitely going to need some more plant spirit support here. Grabbing this ashtray. Okay. Oh boy. Okay. Where to begin? Where to begin? Well, I suppose for me, what feels most important here, we're going to play a different song. What feels most important for me. Oh, I love that, Kath. Yes, getting rid of the word try. That is definitely a word that I'm also loving through. Truly not saying, absolutely. So, I feel the need to get myself back into accountability and integrity. And like I said, this is going to be across the board throughout this. These announcements are really just going to build upon that. And just going to share some feelings and some truths about that for me. So this year of 2022, this past year now, I suppose. For me, it's still technically my year because I am Pacific time. But 2022. 2022 was my 9-year. In numerology, a 9-year is your year of completion. And I was so sure that this was going to be tangible in the sense of completing projects, completing karmic cycles, yes, and things like that. I did imagine and want those things. And also I imagined and wanted to complete a lot of tasks. I wanted to complete doing. I wanted to feel accomplished and completed within those ways, and I was very result driven. And that was a huge theme that I was healing. And that didn't turn out to be totally to the degree that I thought it would. And that's me giving huge grace and unconditional love to myself. Because this 2022 was, for me, ultimately a mental, emotional, karmic completion journey. And it's not to say that I didn't complete anything, but I definitely, and I started different things and left a lot of things not completed. There are things that I need to now and want to complete this year in 2023. And the incompletions impacted people, right? Because, thankfully, yes, at large, I've been a solopreneur, and at the same time, deeply in service. And some of these projects involved other people. And I spent a lot of 2022 being very hard on myself about these things. Even though my beingness, my choices, had everything to do with the circumstances of what honestly was one of the most challenging years I have ever experienced, not only in this lifetime, any lifetime. And so to come into accountability and integrity now, because I've already apologized to these people. I've already actually talked about this publicly. I will be closing out these things. And I will be showing up. 2023, in terms of where I felt the most guilt. Sorry, 2022. Let's cancel that. Freudian slip. 2022, I don't have guilt. 2023, literally zero guilt present. That does not exist in 2023. I am releasing guilt, and I have already released guilt. Guilt has released into the light. It's already gone in 2022 to 2023. So, but 2022, I was feeling an immense amount of guilt around, is it just me or has this gone out like 3 times? 2022, the guilt was at large around where my accountability was, where I was not in integrity, where I was not feeling accountable. And that, where I was most like bringing up and brushing up and being tough on myself was professionally, because I care deeply about people. Okay, it doesn't want me. Oh, ha! It's because the joint's done. That's why. It's the lighting. I can't see. I'll grab another one. Anyway. Because I felt guilty surrounding at large relationships in my life on every level. And the fact that it's been a very big theme in my health journey. That prior to my health journey, I was like super friend, superhuman. Like it was never a doubt as to whether Jamie was going to show up for you. Whatever I said that I was going to do, I did. To my detriment. And it became, and was, for already a very long time, very unhealthy. And so I needed to change. I needed to actually get out of integrity in certain ways, get in integrity in other ways, in order for me to come into a new integrity and newly be accountable. And so 2023 is going to be a very different year. I'm reclaiming my power in a new way so that I can serve much more powerfully, be completely in integrity and accountable, while also having unconditional love and grace and knowing that these shift as we shift and grow. 2023 is going to be a year of relationships. I already ended 2022 very much focused on mine. I'm no longer going to do the behaviors and feed into the patterns that enabled for all of this being that I didn't love of 2022 because they no longer serve me and I don't need them. And I send them into the light. With all the love. So what are these types of behaviors and patterns and things? There's a lot. I am choosing to truly release the people-pleasing. I am no longer wearing masks. I'm not going to mask the fact that I wish to release attachment to all of my identities. I'm not going to mask when I'm embodying my identities. I'm not going to mask my neurodiversity or my transness or my queerness or anything that has to do with health or money or my thoughts and beliefs or my feelings, my non-binariness, my perspectives. I'm going to honor what Spirit wants from me to do, what I want to do. Embody my purpose fully and completely. My purpose in this lifetime is to anchor the remembrance of unconditional love back into Gaia and the collective. And everything that I do and choose and will from going forward will be within that. In any way that it wasn't felt that it was in that before, even though that was my intention, it is now. Good for you, Kath. I support you. And so this is creating a lot of changes about how I spend my time, where I spend my time and energy, the commitments that I make and the willingness to change them the moment that they're not in alignment. Because 2023 is a year of alignment. Sorry, I think what's bothering me is this is itching me because it's on the... There we go. And I'm not going to apologize for it because the collective needs and wants for me to be exactly me, to be the part of the fractal, to be the part of the frequency that I embody of the one. And I'm going to do that from my highest timeline within my highest self. 4 of within 2 from the highest of high. So that is my commitment. And I don't know if you can feel the shift in the energy of our field here. And I certainly can. I feel much more complete with 2022 than ever before in this moment. I'm learning and growing just like you, because we are growing and learning, as we have spent almost an hour and a half going over and being in and within and learning and leaning into. Other announcements within this. So, I had announced that I was moving to New York. I don't know anymore. A lot of things changed and shifted and became understood and overstood when I went on my New York trip. And many, many, many things happened. Opportunities happen, doors happen in many different places. A lot of shifts, especially in my relationships and in where I felt belonging, where I feel belonging, what belonging means to me. And so I understand now that for me, belonging is about me feeling that energy with others. It's not about others causing belonging for me. It's a deep understanding, understanding, overstanding that there's no separation. And it creates a bond. It creates a remembrance that I now choose to honor. And I know that 2023 will be a big year of travel. I know that the future for me holds a lot of travel. And I know that I wish to feel grounded in a belonging in an HQ. And until I figure out what and where that is, which I'm no longer going to rush, because I was essentially rushing it because I felt like this message and synchronicities and all these things were coming. Until I understand that deeper, and until I can find the tangible aspects that I'm manifesting in terms of the actual type of space that I wish to embody and be in, and the surroundings and the other circumstances that are in alignment, I'm open and flowing through this. And so I'm not not moving back to New York, and I'm not moving to New York tomorrow, which is not totally different from what I said to you all initially. However, there's more to figure out now. So I will be figuring that out, and I will keep you all posted. But that is that announcement and update. In terms of services, there's a lot of updates. But I feel actually now called to make sure that I stay focused. So I'm going to finish on the personal updates. So as kind of like a highlight for those who missed it, like a little highlight reel, right? Like some of you noticed or heard that I identify as a being of transmasculine and non-binary experience, that on a soul level, I embody that I'm a soul. There is no gender, there is no construct. And in the 3D reality, I understand, understand, overstand where we are in our process, and also can feel very authentic and comfortable in many moments identifying with and being a trans man. And so I added they, them pronouns to my he, him pronouns. Another highlight reel that may have been missed is something that I kind of like brushed over, so it was easy to miss. and I will be eventually diving into this more when I feel energized about it. I cured my atrophy for my genitalia. Specifically because you need to know this, because anybody who has genitalia that once was referred to as vagina, or may still be referred to as a vagina, can have atrophy. And atrophy is something that naturally comes with age. And for someone who is trans or non-binary and chooses to use testosterone hormone therapy, that's possibly speeding up the process, as well as hysterectomy. Now I'm on testosterone, hysterectomy, right? Getting older, even though I'm young. So I ended up with atrophy, and I literally cured myself. I have now been told by a medical professional that was not the person who diagnosed me, but actually the person who did my hysterectomy, my surgery, and said that I'm completely cleared from atrophy. And I actually know how I did it. And I can tell you that I will dive more into this, but I'm really I'm really hoping to have in this year more support from medical practitioners to spreading this information much more, not only to support the trans non-binary community with this genitalia, but also everyone with this genitalia. Which, by the way, once you've really done all the math on how many people do, that's like more than you've probably thought about. All right, so that's a lot of people. And mindfulness, cannabis, and other things, and particular techniques were therapy, all these things were utilized, and I will talk about this more in a different video that can be focused purely on that, because that's like a whole other thing. And I feel like there's a lot of people that really want to know about that. So I'm going to make announcements at some point when I feel called. And if you are watching this or listening, my phone is gonna die. Let me grab my charger. If you are watching this, I need to get my charging block. If you are watching this, hearing this right now, and you are wanting this information, then you need to let me know. And then I will make a commitment to do a live about this or an event about this. But I'm happy to be incredibly open. There we go. And give all the knowledge. Right? Cool. Other personal things that happened. I had shifts in relationships. I now know what twin flame relations are like. I know what it's like to get back on the saddle after a long time, so to speak. I fought and I fought and I fought and I fought and I fought. And I've come into a new sexual revelation for myself. And I'm in my own revolution of this now, and I'm doing a lot of deep healing because I have a lot of sexual trauma that I have lived through and am healing through and have healed. And in 2023, I wish to embody this being completely healed. Thank you, Kath, for seeing me. So there will be information on that coming through as I feel fit. Happy 2023 to you as well, friends. Other personal highlight situations, but not a highlight, right? My grandmother, Nora London, transitioned over, and her birthday is coming up on January 8th. Her energy is very strong with me, and I'm very grateful to have her. And that was the first really, really big loss of a human being in my life. Or what I think was not so much as a loss, but I'm loving through the reframing of truly the transference and transitioning over, because I feel her. I feel her with me. And other things personally. I got COVID at the end of 2021, right? So 2022, I was diagnosed with long COVID. And that made this year with my health extremely challenging. And that was a very big foundation of how everything else happened, including financially. The upswing of finances started to come as I started to get deeper into honoring the fact that I'm a manifesting generator, specific 4-6, sacral emotional, right angled cross at the sacred service. And once I started to understand that much more, it made it possible for me to change a lot of the ways that I go about everything, really. And once I started to realize truly how powerful I could manifest, I started to really manifest abundance in many different forms in my life. But this all just happened, right? That's where the manifestation, the Plant Powered Manifesting Metafix came in. And so I feel pretty complete on the personal realm for now. I mean, I hit milestones. I hit my, 8 years of transitioning. I hit tomorrow on the 1st, or for some of you already, the 1st will be 9 years that I started my health journey. It's been 8 years since my tri-awakening of my health awakening, my gender awakening, and my spiritual awakening. So let's transition over to professional announcements. We've got a lot here. So yeah, manifesting is going to be a much bigger part of my services going forward, and is a bigger part already of my services already, right? So we had that event. It was awesome. Super, super fun. Went over 3 manifestation spells that I channeled, as well as the 4 aspects and steps of how to powerfully manifest with plant medicine now. And I just loved it so much, and I felt so called and a deep calling that I started to really think about in 2023 how I was going to put this information into the world, how was I feeling guided to put this information in the world and to serve powerfully within this to help others to manifest. So one of the things that I've done now is I've added several different services this year, and a couple of them actually just the other day, that are also going to help you in leading up to the next Plant Powered Manifesting Metafix, which is happening on the 11/11 portal of 2023. So that is coming up in 12 days, and you can get your tickets now. Link in the bio. And we'll be talking more about events. We're going to do a whole event announcement situation, but let's focus here on services right now. So this is super, I'm like very, very excited about this, like very passionate, because those who have been engaging with these services have, like, some of them I already have the video testimonials, some of them I've posted, some of them I haven't posted yet. It's just amazing. And also just in my life, right? Like, I, for the first time for my own business, made over $7,000 in December of 2022. And that's massive for me, like massive. I mean, I did most of that literally overnight and 2 hours. Before traveling, which I manifested the travel, I manifested deeper intimacy, I manifested connection, I manifested getting the truth, I manifested getting clarity, I manifested getting support, I manifested people reaching out, I manifested connection and community. There are so many different things that I have manifested, and so I really need to be able to serve powerfully with this, and I feel very guided to do so. So the first thing is that we often, when we don't manifest powerfully, right? If you're experiencing that you in 2022, like your manifestations that you wanted were not tangible in the way that you wanted, then that comes from a lot of things, but it definitely comes from being in a space where you're not taking the actions, and you're not really setting the intentions, and you're not really leaning in and truly believing in what it is that you're doing. And if you don't have that, then you're not going to get far. It's not going to happen. So some of you want support around that. Some of you want to understand and be able to do that yourself. And if you want to be able to do that yourself, then the Plant Powered Manifesting Metafix event is definitely one that you want to participate in. If you don't want to do this yourself, then the Manifesting Metafix service is one that's going to allow you to essentially outsource some of the labor that comes along with manifesting. Now, of course, you still need to be a co-creator. You still need to believe. You still need to take your day-to-day actions to make it happen. And if you don't want to deal with doing all of the deep intention, the constant hyper focus, doing the actual spell, doing all the tools, all the things, if you're not a Reiki practitioner, then this is something that you may want to purchase. Another option, if you want to learn to do this yourself and you want it now, is to do the Manifesting Metafix session. Now, these sessions are more like a collaboration and me actually guiding you through the process of actually doing this. And so you're going to actually learn how to do it so that you can replicate this over and over and over again yourself. It's an incredibly powerful experience where you can receive channeled meditation as well as an actual channeled manifestation spell to your need. So it's going to be something truly, truly magical for you to participate in, and all these things are being offered now. We also have, if you're interested in really doing something very intensive, like if you have a huge vision, right, a huge vision for 2023, and you feel super overwhelmed and stuck, and like there's blockages, and you just like you feel like you know maybe a little bit of what to do, or like maybe you don't feel like you know what you need to do. But maybe it's more about you feeling like you need some support in what to do next and how to go it. And you just need someone to really make this a visual or an experience that ultimately is accessible for you. So that way you know that by the end of 2023, this is achieved, this is completed, that you feel confident about going forward. Especially right now with this retrograde in Mercury. And so there's the manifestation mapping sessions. And during these sessions, we spend 3 hours together, integrating with plant spirit, doing channeled guided meditation. We consult to find out truly what is your vision. And then I help you by actually doing the labor of creating a visual map so that way you literally know what your steps are, front to back. By the end of the session, you know exactly how you're going to make that happen. And you're going to feel so empowered and so excited and motivated. It's just going to feel so easy and effortless. There's another option, which is the Plant Powered Manifesting Metafix package. And that is the combination of both the mapping and the actual session. So you get to do both the mapping. So we'll start with the mapping, and then we will go into the actual spell and the manifestation spell and all of that session. So that way you have a spell that's directly correlated to your vision and to what we've mapped out, so that you are like totally powered up. There's nothing that can stop you from making all of your dreams come true into tangible reality with that package. So manifest powerfully now. And I would be honored for you to manifest with me, and for me to manifest with you or for you. And I am truly honored to be that manifesting generator in your life. And so those are services that were added at large this year. There were a couple others that are certainly sprinkled in, right? I became a teacher on Insight Timer, which was super exciting. You can go and find me as trannabischi there. And I actually have a private group for my clients, and then I have a group that is public. I actually have this really awesome manifestation playlist and all sorts of things that I have started to share in there. So if you are interested in getting in, you can go to Insight Timer and request and follow me there as trannabischi. I've already got an amazing meditation. Wow. Manifesting meditation that's there called the filter in, filter out meditation, as well as some light language transmissions. And there's so much to be offered there, and it's totally free to access. Services. Yes, I know. So those are all of the
service announcements, I believe. If there are more, they'll come out. Other announcements. This is a big one. It's really big. I'm almost you know what? I'm going to pause on that one, and I'm going to give another one that's kind of a better bridge from the services anyway, which is that another highlight was, right, that I added the Shared Love program and, of course, the Plant Powered Spiritual Wellness Guide to a Balanced and Healthy Life, right? I entered into a powerful coaching program with Sean Q, and through that pivot, built that incredible program that I am so proud of. And it is for couples of all kinds, and I am super, super honored to support those who are interested in having that group experience. Of course, I am still going to be offering one-on-one and group and event experiences into 2023. 2023 is going to be a year that is going to be much deeper into events, though. Oh my God, namaste, Tien. Happy New Year. I am absolutely planning on having another session, Akashic Record reading session with Tien Siren. If you are not following her, please go and follow her. She is an incredible advanced Akashic Record reader and truly an amazing soul. I have had the honor and pleasure of having 2 sessions with Tien, and I literally can't wait for the third one. It's going to be absolutely magical when it divinely happens, and I look forward to seeing whatever you and the records have brought in, the guides have brought in on your channel for the new year, because I'm sure you've already put something there, and I'm so honored that you're here now, and I'm sending you so much love, light, and gratitude, and much healing, health, and prosperity going forward. So, hi, Rory. He really wants some love and attention, so we're gonna bring him up. For those who are unfamiliar, this is Rory, my big boy, and he is a very big lover and very much in attention. And Rory loves Tien, and literally every time Tien and I communicate in some way, shape, or form, Rory shows up. And there you go. All right. So, all right. Events are going to, this is a really big announcement. And it's going to lead into a bigger announcement, and that announcement is really big already and going to lead into another bigger announcement. I'm literally sweating. All right. 2023 is going to be me leaning into events, and I really want to lean into hybrid events. I'm going to be leaning into basically virtual events that lead up to hybrid events that lead up to potentially, well, not even potentially, okay? They're going to lead up to bigger retreats. This is something that I've already been focused on and in within 2022. However, it was one of those things that did not truly come into tangible reality as much. I did ramp up on the events, and also I it's like a fraction truly of what is going to be happening, and a bunch of the events that are coming up for 11/11 and for the future are shifting, right? So we're going to be doing that Plant Powered Manifesting Metafix on the 11/11 portal for 2023, and that is going to now be a 3-hour event that is going to actually be 5 or more spells channeled in a new spell today. We're going to do a guided channeled meditation, guided channel transmission. I'm literally going to teach you and walk you through, guide you through, handhold you through all of the spells. And it's going to be epic. There's going to be bonuses. There's going to be a giveaway, surprises, much more, much, much more. Then later that evening, we are going to have still the first Clear the Path event, which is going to be myself, and my collaborator is Brandy Culver. However, initially we had it as a hybrid event that was going to also be in person, and we were truly hoping to be together. And that is something that we are planning for the near future. And I need to still put this up on my website. But the point is that we are going to actually be shifting this, and we're going to be doing this event virtually for free. We're going to live stream it. The Clear the Path event is a collaboration. It is going to be a clearing of ley lines. It is going to be a making contact with extra dimensionals. It is going to be an amazing experience that you do not want to miss. And you can go and learn more on the Trannabischi website, going to trannabischi.com/events. You can learn much more about that. All of the events are there, and then they each have a button, and you can click to go to their individual event page and learn much more about that. But it's going to be awesome. We're going to be doing guided channeled meditation, guided channel transmission, light language, Reiki. Brandy's going to do a DNA activation. We're going to do a giveaway. We're going to do bonuses. It's going to be awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. You're going to learn how to clear ley lines. You're going to learn how to make contact with extra dimensionals. It's going to be awesome, and it's going to lead up to so much more. So the hybrid event, it's definitely going to happen. It's a plan, but this is going to be a completely free event for you to access. Donations of love, of course, will be welcomed, and we will still be doing it totally free because we just feel very, very called for everyone to receive this. This is such an important part of the ascension of the collective, is us starting to embody and learn this. We're all light healers if we choose to be. We all have light body. We're all part of the collective. And the more of us that anchors into this awareness and this remembrance and this knowledge and practice, it's going to help us. We're going to thrive. Another event announcement. The How to Be Your Own Coach hybrid event. Another example, right? We did the 3-hour free workshop, which you can see with me and Ayrton. It was amazing and super powerful. It's streaming like everywhere. And you can also get access to that through the website from the events as well. And we are going to still be doing that hybrid event. We have not figured out the date for that, but it is not going to be on the 22nd anymore. However, there is going to be an event for How to Be Your Own Coach on the 22nd. I am going to do a virtual event. I'm not even totally sure where I will be, but I'm hoping to still be in New York. So it sort of might be a hybrid event, but it will, I may be in a situation where I can make it hybrid, but as of right now, I'm promising a virtual event. And I'm very much looking forward to guiding you into how to be your own coach from the plant powered spiritual wellness perspective. Again, that hybrid event, I know you're being very patient. He wants to go in the shower. So we are going to be doing a hybrid event, and that hybrid event is still going to lead into a big retreat, and we're still super excited to do that. This is going to be an event year. There's going to be more make slab in contact events. Let's make slab in contact events, and much, much more. I feel it. I feel that this is going to be a year where I make myself and allow myself to truly be visible. And in a different sense, because in 2022, I got quiet, especially towards the second half of 2022. I got very quiet. And through my quiet, I now know more of what it is that I need and want to be saying and sharing, and what it is that I don't. Because I'm tired in a lot of ways, and now I'm energized in a lot of ways, and I'd like to always be excited and energized. I want to be able to follow my excitement and my love, and I'm doing that now. That's what 2023 is about. 2023, I am saying no to stress. I am saying no to fear. I am saying no to negative self-talk. I am saying no to anything that does not feel good and in my highest resonance, alignment, and excitement. Period. And so it is. Now, within all of that, I came to a major realization. I'm going to be posting about this, so I'm not going to go too much into it now. However, I was offered an opportunity that appeared initially to be my dream opportunity, turned out not to be a dream opportunity. And instead of being completely soul crushed entirely, I decided to take that soul crushing and turn it into something powerful, which was clarity. And I received clarity on things that I absolutely want to be doing and things that I absolutely don't want to be doing in 2023. Or at minimum, right now in the present, because that's what matters. Our next moment is not promised. So it's, if I don't even want to do it now, then I definitely don't know for sure that I want to do it in 2023. I no longer at large want to cook professionally. What does this mean? When I started to cook again, I was cooking because I love it. I felt called to, but I ultimately needed to. I needed to get myself back into cooking after being bedridden, during the early parts of the early parts of the pandemics, because I was in a situation where I needed to be able to eat, obviously, right? And I was in then New Mexico with my mom, who does not cook, and needed to get back into cooking. And it just was a total divine thing that I felt guided to turn on the camera, and that the Trannabischi Kitchen actually started. But ultimately, it was this need, and then I started the Trannabischi Kitchen for many reasons. Partially, of course, because of my deep passion of ending the stigma of cannabis and wanting to be able to cook in the traction. But honestly, on a personal level, I had talked about this initially, I believe, was that I wanted to better my eating and my plant-powered spiritual wellness around food and cannabis and cooking with cannabis. And so this was also holding me accountable. Right back to the accountability. And what I've come to realize is that I don't need that for that anymore. And it's not, and me getting back into cooking that I need to desperately, I've taken a break again, need to get back into, it needs to come from the depths within and from that joy. And I realized that I started to feel stress around all these different options and opportunities. And I was like pushing on certain things happening that just were not happening. And I was wasting a lot of time and energy and heartache on all of this and effort on all of this. And it was just too overwhelming, and it made me just like drop. Like I just dropped from social media mostly. Like I dropped from friends, like dropped a lot of communication. Like I didn't even post still the last 4 episodes of the Trannabischi Kitchen. I still need to post. So what does this mean? This means I'm no longer going to be doing the Trannabischi Kitchen. I will be editing those 4 episodes to the minimum, basically, like, or actually possibly not. Like I may have to edit a little bit out, but I'm going to be basically keeping them pretty raw, but they're going to get up. So that way the content is up, and that way I'm at least at minimum in, integrity. And because I want those episodes to go up, I love those episodes. I'm excited about them. They were incredible conversations. My guests deserve to be highlighted, to be supported. My sponsor, Fruits Labs, deserves to be supported and highlighted. I want you all to have that information and that awareness and that joy in your life and that entertainment in your life. And so I will be getting those up. And then the Trannabis Kitchen will be done. Something else is coming, and I'm not going to talk about that now. But know that it's exciting. And in the interim, what I will share with you is that I'm going to be bringing back Trannabis Talks, but from a totally different perspective. Now, I almost forgot to mention something about the cooking that is really important. So I'm still going to be offering one-on-one and group experiences of plant-powered spiritual wellness sessions for cooking sessions. The trannabischi cooking session, the Trannabis kitchen cooking sessions with Chef Trannabis will continue to be available as of now. So if you are someone who wants this information still, number one, it's on the internet, but number two, you can actually have sessions with me one-on-one and privately. For those who have been offering or are considering offering me in 2020 and 2023 opportunities to participate in events with cooking or to actually do dinners, this is something that you can ask me about, and I'd be happy to consider at that time. And there's a very strong possibility that you will get a solid no. But I am removing this, I'm not putting effort into that anymore. So that means the Trannabis kitchen accounts, not going to be, really touching them at large. Again, I will be putting out those 4 episodes, so there will probably be a little bit more content that goes out. And sort of a goodbye and closing out of that kind of thing. And outside of that, that's going to be it. Okay. So you're still going to have access to those tools, to that knowledge, to that awareness. Now, the cookbook and things like that, to be announced. But the Trannabis Kitchen and this concept of me having a restaurant or working in a restaurant or running any number of things, I'm not doing it. It does not excite me. It makes me feel stressed out, and it's not what I'm going to be doing. But I don't feel any stress, and it does excite me to do one-on-one and group experiences where I get to teach you how to intuitively cook with cannabis and end the stigma of cannabis and end the fear of cooking in the kitchen. So I'm so glad you love the cooking segments, and you'll be getting 4 more, and there will be, it's up, it's online, so you can relive, and there will be, other things in place, but I need to give my time, attention, and focus to other things. So what is going to be happening in the interim, as I was about to say, is that I'm bringing it back, Trannabis Talks, but it's like a Trannabis Talks 2.0. So Trannabis Talks used to be kind of a combination of me talking about whatever I wanted, whatever was on my heart. Then I kind of morphed it into Trannabis Truths, where it was just speaking your truth, that I was doing on LinkedIn. And Trannabis Talks also used to include things like reviews and things like that, and special guests and just random things. And then I, let it go. I didn't feel like that was really something that was exciting me and resonating anymore. And so now it's going to have a totally different experience. So Trannabis Talks is now going to actually be coaching. So I am going to, on Thursdays, starting Thursday, January 5th, 2023, at 4 p.m. Pacific time to 4:20 p.m. Pacific time, for those literal 20 minutes, I am going to coach someone who wants to be coached. My guest is going to actually be a client getting coached completely live in those 20 minutes. And that is what Trannabis Talks is now going to be. So if you are interested in getting coached within Plant Powered Spiritual Wellness Coaching, then reach out to me. Let me know that you are interested, because anyone and everyone is welcome, within the legal limits, of course, to participate in this. And I would be honored to coach you. I would be honored to serve you. And by you choosing to be courageous and vulnerable and being public, it makes it possible for so many people who resonate with you to connect with you. It makes it possible for people who really need to hear and resonate with your experience to like heal and get information that they actually need. And the 20 minutes are going to go like that. Each of the guests are going to meet with me 10 minutes prior, and it's going to be totally live streamed everywhere. So do not worry, it's going to be so fun and so great. And my first guest is going to be Zachary McKinnon. Can't wait to have Zach on, and it's going to be a wonderful, wonderful experience. So that is something to look forward to. And again, you'll look forward to seeing all the posts about all of these announcements. And my website has been somewhat updated with some of these announcements and is going to get, further more updated. Now, here is like the biggest announcement that I can give right now. And you're going to want to know a lot about it, and I can't tell you a lot about it, not because I don't want to, but because I'm flat out not ready. I'm flat out not ready to tell you. I'm being guided not to tell you. And so you're going to sit with what is. Okay? I am going to be doing a massive rebrand in 2023. This rebrand is going to be a bigger rebrand than has ever happened before, because Trannabis LLC will continue for now, and absolutely everything other than Trannabischi for now is going to stop running. So once I've put out the rest of the information for let me check my battery here. Once I put out the rest of the informations and uploads of the 4 episodes of the Trannabis Kitchen, I've put out all the final announcements and this and the other, I will be focusing only on the Trannabischi accounts and my personal account. So Creator Key is still going to be available. And Jamie Lennon Wahlberg is still going to be available. But in terms of professional, Trannabischi is going to be that. And by the time that the rollout of the rebrand is done, Trannabischi will be no longer. And Trannabis will only be Trannabis LLC. Will be Trannabis outside of the LLC of Trannabis. Like, that history will remain. It will be gone. I am releasing attachment, any negative connotation with attachment, as well as things that have identity in this way that are attached to me now. It was never meant to be that Trannabis would start to get like super affiliated with like just me. It was and is still a movement, and that movement continues. The Trannabis movement of bridging the gap between the LGBTQ, AI2S+, and cannabis communities still exist because the gap still exists. So the movement is still there, the legacy is still there, and Trannabis will still be there. And so Trannabis LLC, it feels important for me to keep that, at least as of now. That's how I feel. However, Trannabis and trannabischi are too narrowed in that way. Now, what does this mean about all of my services and everything that I offer and all of that? None of that's changing. So all of those changes that will happen and whatever else, like anything that changes with my services or gets added or anything like that has nothing to do with this. As of now, like that's like not even a thing. All of these things are going to still be there. It's just going to be within a new brand with a new language that is also integrated with the language that I've been using. And it's just going to be that much more in integrity, that much more authentic, that much more of we consciousness. And it's something that I am super excited about. This is a channeling that has started as of literally a number of days ago. Thank you so much, Kath. And I am very, very excited about it. I am also quite terrified because although I am releasing fear from 2023 in this moment, this is a radical amount of change, and I'm going to be doing this slowly. Like, I'm not going to be pressuring myself to do this fast. Spirit's allowing me all the time that I need to do this. It is going to be done in 2023. I would like the initial rollout of this to be completed by the end of Q1, which like means nothing to me because like time is a total illusion to me, and like my spiritual development and my growth, we're gonna do. I mean, I know that might seem as personal, but it is personal, but it's also professional, and that has its own category of announcements. Yeah, I am totally excited, and I will definitely be sharing what I can share when I can share it. Right now, do I know what it is? Yes. Am I going to tell you? No. So, what I will hint at and say is that I have. What light just went out? Oh, what? Wait, seriously? Oh, it's one of the candles went out on my altar. The hint is that I have been hinting at this already. I have already been discussing this through channelings, and I'm going to be posting about this a lot more. So I'm super, super, super excited about that for sure. And I hope that you're excited about it too. Honestly, I am definitely, it's going to take me a minute to fully integrate and process that I shared all of this. I'm so happy that I did though, and I know that on every level I feel so much better and amazing and excited. Regardless of right now being a time where I am healing my heart, my high heart, healing a lot of heartbreak on a lot of different levels, healing a lot of challenges, healing my health, like 2023 is going to be the year of the best health of my life. It's going to be the year of financial abundance and independence. It's going to be the year of flourishing. It's going to be the year of ease and flow and growth and development. It's going to be the year of fun and excitement and joy and unconditional love and play and so much more. And I'm super, super, super excited. The spiritual growth, spirituality this year has been off the charts, and I can't wait for 2023 because I'm about to be channeling in from the collective like some major stuff. You know, this year I mean, I became a Reiki practitioner, Usui, Holy Fire, 3, levels 1 and 2. In February, I'm going to be getting my Master Reiki certification with Brandy Culver. So excited. Definitely recommend having this experience with her of Reiki. It's one of the best weekends of my whole existence. I will be diving into even more modalities. You know, I was my light language speaking and the blossoming and all that. I mean, like, my gifts are just growing and strengthening all the time. My clairs are active and growing all the time. And now I've started to bring you all into more of what it is that I'm doing all the time. Like, I'm sharing a lot more about what's actually happening and how I'm accomplishing these things and what it is I'm doing in my gifts. And I plan on sharing my gifts more powerfully than ever before, because I'm deeply committed and recommitted to powerful, unconditionally loving service in a judgment-free, safe space. Thank you so much, Kath. I appreciate you, and I receive that with love and grace. So, I'm excited. I'm excited for the upgrades, for the downloads, for the ascension, for all of it. Everything that is meant for us in the highest of high is meant for us. And I am embodying my highest timeline, and I am manifesting and calling in that the collective in itself is embodying our highest timeline in 2023. So I did promise a guided meditation, and I do wish to do this guided meditation. I 1000% need to use the restroom. So I'm going to take this off real quick, and I'm going to 2 minutes, be right back here. Allow yourselves this moment to go to the restrooms. Do not go anywhere. I'm going to be right back. Be right back. Actually, you know what? I'm going to put a little bathroom break. A bathroom break sign here. I'll be right back. Getting into your devices. Yep. Also, grab that medicine. That in here. Come back. No? Oh, Kath, highly recommend person on the doctor. Who also forgot to mention to Instagram because I have my disclaimer that crosses the screen. Please honor and read my disclaimer on my website. I'm a professional Reiki practitioner in meditation and business in California. You are responsible for your cannabis use and consumption. The rest on websites are fun, never engaging. Tell your water loving things. Honestly, I'm surprised it lasted that long without question came up. Okay. All right. Shout out to Stone Road, by the way. Love Stone Road. It excited me massively. This is a family-owned beer by Box farm, and this is the first time ever that I can recall seeing a during the holidays something cannabis celebrating the Jewish holidays season. And it says, Oy vey, need a J. And it's nutty, sweet, happy, and energized. I love it. And the here you can see like the crutch on the filter has, you know, little stars of David and things. Oops. Getting ash all over my laptop. Sorry about that. So if whatever plant spirit, fungi spirits you have with you, you can also just call in the energies. Sorry, I'm like attempting to not crush. I should just take it out. So this is how they look. Are they pretty? I moved them. Also, shout out to Mouthpiece. Not a sponsor, but I do have an affiliate link. If you are interested, let me know. DM me, message me. These are incredible, sustainable filters that I absolutely love using. They have this works for joints for months. Some babes, some nights even, and then they have ones for moms. And I can tell you that I have asthma, but I experience asthma, so not welcoming that I'm actually releasing asthma. And part of my releasing asthma and healing my own asthma is using these. And I used to be on 2 different inhalers consistently and on the highest dose. And now I'm on the lower dose of 1 new inhaler. So I'm super, super, super excited. I mean, I have a second inhaler for emergency. Especially amazing during the season is usually the most challenging season for me, and I've been doing well. So I'm going to connect to our plant spirit for our meditation. Closing my eyes, and even if you are not connecting with consumption of any sort of plant or fungi spirit, by the way, that can even be lavender, chamomile, cacao. Call in the energies of these spirits, of course, calling in your own spirit team. Source it. Setting intention, asking the plant spirit, fungi spirit to support you in that intention. Thanking and sending love and gratitude to the plant spirit for all of the support and healing. You're free to call in people, even if you're not consuming them. There's many ways to integrate these spirits. They are spirits, so they are everywhere and anywhere. All the time. And now you can ask the plant spirit if it wished to receive the Reiki that is flowing now. And that Reiki is going out now to maximize the plant spirit. Feel ready. Connect to the plant spirit. Fungi spirit.
So we are going to enter into our meditation. And you're welcome to be seated or laying down. You're welcome to be on a walking meditation. It's encouraged to be more still. Definitely do not do this when we're driving or doing it. Isn't it wonderful to have the ability to learn? So exciting. Really be intentional. So getting being the master student is absolutely amazing. They really describe the flavor of this well. I had not really thought that. I was just like, wow, this tastes really unique and delicious. And it's actually infused with hash and diamonds. So, love that. Take your time with your integration. This is not about rushing. Feeling into the Reiki now. Chosen to receive. Make sure you've got the restroom. Make sure you've got your beverages. Make sure you're comfy. The goal is to not have any interruptions, except for the divine ones. Okay. Let's begin our meditation. I'm going to get my meditation cushion. Which my girl hates. with Shambhala Singing Bowl. Closing the eyes. Simply begin to breathe and notice the pattern of your breath. Simply being and breathing and through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. As you breathe in the new, abundant, unconditionally loving energies of 2023. Releasing the old energies of 2022. Just breathe. Feel the lower frequencies clearing from your body, mind, and soul, and subtle bodies. Feel your chakras opening and clearing of all lower frequencies, clearing of all blockages. Healing of the heart and the high heart of the collective. Clearing all lower frequencies of your environment. Raising the frequencies to the highest of high in your environment. Activating the energies of the highest of high in your environment. Activating the energies of the chakras within the highest of high. Activating the energies in the body, mind, soul, and subtle bodies within the highest of high. Breathing a little slower, a little bit deeper. Breathing a little bit slower, breathing a little bit deeper now. Breathing a little bit slower and a little bit deeper now. Breathing slower and deeper and deeper and deeper. Allowing yourselves to blend with your surroundings. And listen to the sound the one sound of all things, of everything and anything. Every sound has a choice. Every sound has a voice. What is the voice you will hold, embody, and share in 2023? More importantly, what is the voice you will share now, in the present moment? What is it that you feel is unsaid, which needs to be said? What feelings have been left unfelt, which need to be felt? Feeling the Elohim entering the energetic. Feeding love and light and grace into this field. Alchemization of the self is occurring as we enter the void. Constant space of integration, co-creation, nothingness, and therefore everything this neutral space of love. The truth is, unconditional love, fully remembered, embodied, embraced, is the neutral. It is an excitement with such ease, joy, and bliss that it becomes neutral from a perspective. Feeling the neutral now. The unconditional love. The bliss. Feel this energy now in the form of peace, calm surrender, comfort, oneness, ease. Breathe into this new beingness. Feel how easy, how possible it is for you to feel this way. And ask your body to remind you, your soul, your team, your higher self, to remind you of this frequency if you ever forget. Feeling the trust and the unconditional love grounding you into Gaia and within Gaia now, into the collective now, grounding in the unconditional love, anchoring the unconditional love, remembering the unconditional love now. Activation complete. Embodying, integrating this high frequency now. And over the next 3 days, and then over the next 3 weeks, and then the third and final initiation of this activation 3 months from now. 3 months from whenever you receive this. Breathing and being. Enjoying the vibrations. Feeling the love, being the love. Simply enjoying the energies. begin to start wiggling the toes, the fingers, coming back into the body, fully integrating back into the body, full soul recall into the body, complete alignment and harmonization with the body, mind, soul, and subtle bodies as you effortlessly enter fully back into the body. Begin to rub the hands together. Place them over your face. When you feel ready, slowly opening your eyes, coming back. Namaste, everyone who joined us in the midst of our meditation. And Happy New Year to the East Coast of the United States. Namaste. Thank you so much as we hit just over 3 hours together. I hope you have received exactly what it is that you need in this moment. I'm wishing you a wonderful 2023. For the first time, I will not be making a New Year's resolution and honoring every present moment. And I'm so glad, Kath. Wonderful. Thank you for listening to my announcements, for your support, for your love and grace, for your time, your energy, your attention. Thank you for receiving for us all. It has been a true honor. Happy New Year. Namaste.